When I first came to America, I couldn't wait to get to Detroit because of the blue collar thing, the hardworking people, the tough people, the people that will give you the shirt off their backs. It's still there. And Detroit is a surviving town.
Rock, metal, prog, and everything in between. Welcome to this episode of Talkin' Rock with Meltdown. Don't forget to follow the audio-only Talkin' Rock podcast on all podcast platforms. And now, it's time for today's conversation. Here's Meltdown.
You just asked me how I was, Rob, and I have to say, whenever I get a chance to talk to the metal god, it's always a good day, so...
What's up? Yeah. Hey, everybody. It's good to see you. Your metal god once again, catching up on all things metal.
That's right. And you're in Phoenix. You know, you're coming to town with Alice Cooper, and I was wondering about this. Alice lives there too. Do you guys ever hang out? It never seems like I see any pictures of you guys hanging out or anything like that. Are you guys friends? Do you guys go out and have a cup of coffee or anything?
Yeah, he's my neighbor. I could just walk over to his house from here, which I wouldn't in this heat. No, it's a little bit further than that, but we go back a long, long ways. I tell you what's so cool about Alice. Here's something I haven't really thought about forever. If you read my book, Confess, plug, I talk a little bit about, I think I do. I talk about this time when I worked in this is Spinal Tap, in a menswear. Would you like a shirt? Would you like to tie to go with that shirt, sir? Well, at the time, Alice Cooper's School's Out, right, was like the thing. It was the song. And we used to play it in the store all the time. This is what I love about life, you know. This, just been on tour with the guy for the umpteenth time. We just did some shows together in Europe, and we had a great show at the O2 in London, which is like the Madison Square Gardens of the UK. And I moved to Phoenix, and then I find out that he lives in Phoenix. This is like way back in the 80s. And then we have this great friendship through the Solid Rock Foundation and other stuff. And it's like, I'm still, there are certain people that I'm still in awe of. I've not lost that. I'm a fan. I'm a fanboy. So even now when I'm talking with Alice, my brain's going, you're talking with Alice Cooper. You're talking with Alice Cooper. He's a wonderful, beautiful man. Does so many great things. But let's talk about his music, all those records, all those songs. Such a strong performer, charisma, like off the hook when you watch him. Even now, it's just unbelievable. So to get him and Priest and Pepper from COC all together on the same bill, this is just mad. This is an event. Yeah.
And Alice inducted you guys into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I was watching that. And first of all, he mentioned a couple of things I wanted to touch on. He said you guys are from Birmingham, which is like the UK's Detroit, which is where he came from, which is where I'm broadcasting from, right?
Totally. When I first came to America, I couldn't wait to get to Detroit just because of that connection, because of the blue collar thing, the hardworking people, the tough people, the people that will give you the shirt off their backs, all that great empathy and substance and solid community support. It's still there. And Detroit is a surviving town. I was around when all the stuff went bad, and everything just like kind of went shaky. But now look at where Detroit is. It's thriving. And so it's a joy to be coming back to your part of the world again with this special tour and this special show.
And then Alice, he was inducting you guys. Did you know anything he was going to talk about? Did you have any inkling of what he was going to say?
No. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame people reached out and said, who do you want to induct you? And my first thought was Alice, and he's such a busy man. He's one of the hardest working people in rock and roll. I thought I'll just throw it out to him. And I think I sent him a text. I said, would you induct us? He goes, I'm on it. Tell me when, where, what time. That's it. That's him, So that's part of the Detroit thing that's in his blood. I had no idea what he was going to say. It was just a really special to hear those kind and generous words that he spoke out at the Hall of Fame induction.
Yeah, that was great. And congratulations, by the way, for that. I mean, obviously, long overdue. There's a lot of bands that should be in there. And I was talking with Glenn Hughes earlier today. His birthday is coming up at the end of the week. Your birthday's next Monday.
My buddy Glenn, he's another local guy. He's from a place called Cannock, which is not too far from my hometown, Walsall, which is so close to Birmingham. I tell you, all these great musicians that come out of the Birmingham scene, like the Detroit scene, full of all of these different textures of rock and roll. Yeah, um, what a great singer! What a great singer! Did he tell you the story of me and him at the back end of the Queen Mary in Long Beach, going through so much blow?
No, you
We
forgot to
we,
mention that story.
we were up all night. We did a show together, and we were up all night doing like rapping and just riffing and singing, and it was like going on till the sun was coming up. You know, people that we got to leave now. We've got to go to the next show. But what a voice, man! His voice is just so spectacular and unique. Love him so much.
Yeah, no, both of you guys have been famously sober for a long time.
Yeah, yeah, that's what's so great about him, about Alice. So
Alice.
many people now, you know, so many people, music. A lot of the younger musicians back in the old days when you'd pull up the bus, it would be like, "Where's the liquor store?" Now it's like for a lot of them, it's like, "Where's the gym?" You know, I got to work out. You know, get the rack out of the luggage bay, and that's great. That's great to see that kind of willingness to live in the moment, enjoy the moment, love the moment, you know, love your music, love your band, love your fans, keep it real, keep it healthy.
Yeah, that's great. So we're just talking about to Birmingham, and of course, I mean, you guys were playing with Alice and the Scorpions, if I'm not mistaken, on the Back to the Beginning concert when that happened.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And of course,
Oh man, I got a call the day it happened. I just put the phone down in my hotel room I think I was in Leeds in England, and I just curled up in a ball and bawled my eyes out for hours. I just couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it now. I'm still grieving like so many people, you know. And then we had a show the next day. So God, you know, how do you process all of this tragedy, all of this love? Because I've never seen such an outpouring of love. Um, and you know, we did the show, and we came to this song that we'll be playing when we come to see you guys, called "Giants in the Sky" from the Invincible Shield album. And that song talks about people that we love in music that have moved on to this beautiful place. You know, when we referenced Lemmy and Ronnie and Paul Diano and Jill Huntress and Chris and all of these greats, Janis Joplin, Freddie Mercury. And then for that show, we added Ozzy at the end, you know. And I said to everybody, you know, this is just so much to try and comprehend and so tough. But Ozzy would say, let's party, let's rock and roll, let's live it up, let's enjoy. That was in his heart, his soul, and his spirit. You know, whenever we did shows together, he would always say it to me, "Did you have a good time?" Yeah, yeah. Did you have a good time? Did you really have a good time? Yeah. He was such. He would. The stuff he pushed out from himself to his fans, to everybody, the generosity, you know, the caring, all of the incredible things that he did in music. He was the embodiment of kindness in that respect. So it's great that we're talking about him now, and we should keep talking about him forever. Like I always talk about Ronnie, I talk about Lemmy. These are all friends of mine, and we have to celebrate. We have to celebrate. You know, that's the way of helping you through the grief. You think about the memories, you think about the joy, you think about the good times, and that's what we will always do with Ozzy.
yeah, and you guys were so great to cover that War Pigs. It was so awesome. Did you remember the last time you had any conversation with Ozzy, or last time you talked to him?
No, we used to text occasionally because he's another guy I was in awe of. You know, I'm still in awe of Alice.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, it's Alice Cooper. And I was just used to feel the same whenever I was in Ozzy's presence, because he had this larger than life personality. It'd been a while since we've been in touch. Um, but again, I just have the wonderful memories of the two opportunities I was able to sing for him with Sabbath, and then this recent opportunity to cover War Pigs, which we still play at the start of our show, which is one of the greatest metal songs ever written. So that connection will never be severed in that respect.
Now that final show, I was thinking about this before when I was going to talk to you. I mean, you guys have had a 5-decade plus career. I mean, legends of the game, the metal god. I mean, everything. Has a thought ever crossed your mind after watching that Back to the Beginning show that maybe this should be something Priest will do someday?
Uh, when we had, the reason we couldn't do the show with Ozzy and Sabbath was because we'd committed to doing the 60th anniversary with Scorpions
Right.
in Hanover, you know. And Sharon called me and said, can you fly me? Can we fly you in and fly you out? That's a great idea, but you know, what if the weather screws up or there's a technical thing with the plane? It's just too risky. So at the time that Ozzy's thing was going on,
I'm,
huh?
talking, I'm talking about doing a Back to the Beginning concert for you guys.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking about the 60th anniversary that will be for Priest
Yeah.
in a few years' time, and I'm going to get there, brother. I am aiming for the 60th anniversary for Priest. But hey, that's a really nice idea, man. I appreciate you thinking of that. I don't know. You know, um, maybe it's in our blood, like it is with Sabbath and Ozzy and certain musicians. When it comes to celebrating us, we kind of want to step out of the spotlight because we feel a little bit not uncomfortable, but to get that type of praise and that type of reception is just a little bit too much, you know. But listen, if you want to be the guy that puts that together,
I'll be your
if you
top.
want to put, if you want to be the Tom Morello and put and God bless Tom Morello for doing that job. That was a hard job. I knew all of those bands, you know, and when I could see the list of people that were going to come and you know play for Ozzy and Sabbath and thank him, I thought, man, how's Tom going to do this? But he did it. He did it magnificently. So props to Tom Morello and everybody that day. But for Priest, I don't know. It's a great idea.
Yeah, I know it's probably a hard thing to think about, but man, lots of records, lots of roads traveled, and the Priest. I mean, just metal legends. Now you got your own 6-inch action figure that.
Yeah. I don't know about these things. My friends were texting me and they go, I like this action figure I've ordered. What are you talking about? You've got like a McFarlane action figure. I said, oh my God, do I? Can you please send me a picture of myself, you know? And that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool to have an action figure of yourself. I'm looking across my room and there's an action figure of Norman Reedus.
Yeah.
He was a friend of mine from Walking Dead. I can't remember whether he sent me that or whoever, but that was one of some that I've collected. And I always thought, I wonder if one day there'll be like a movable, all joints movable, except the prime one of the Metal God, you know. And now it's happened, and that's pretty cool. So if you want to play with your own little Metal God, I'm not going to go any further.
You collect a lot of Priest stuff. Are you the guy that collects all that stuff, or?
I've got so much stuff. I've got so much stuff here in the house in Phoenix and in my house in England. I really got to find a place to put it all, you know. Maybe I'll start a Metal God museum or something. There's just all this stuff that surrounds me. It's mad.
Metal God Museum. Wow, that sounds great. Well, I'll tell you what, Rob, we'll let you go. It's always a pleasure to talk with you. Thanks so much for the time and all the great music over the years. October 2nd here in Pine Knob in Detroit. And man, I can hardly wait.
It's going to be a great show. It's an event. Alice Cooper, Judas Priest, Corrosion of Conformity. It's a one-off. Don't miss it. It's going to be extra special. Thanks for the chat. I love you, brother. Love you, Detroit. Thanks for looking after Priest and rock and roll and everything. You guys are the backbone. You send out the messages. You send out the music when we're off in different parts of the world. So thank you for what you do for us.